I was recently sitting in the back of an ambulance having a conversation with a paramedic about religion, as one does. I wasn't a patient, I was sitting. Patients are usually lying down. But as he concluded his stump speech to me, he had asked if I had ever even gone to church. Understanding the implication, but avoiding the confrontation, I said, no. Theater's my church. Always has been. See, I didn't grow up going to church, I grew up going to theater. Theater is that magic place where night after night, life comes to being out of nothing. There's a moment right before a show begins. The lights dim. The room shifts. And something magical happens. You sit. You're present. And you pay attention. You suspend your disbelief for hours at a time as an entire world unfolds before your very eyes. Oof. That always felt so sacred to me. There was something bigger than me, there was something bigger than us, and we had all collectively volunteered to show up and attend. It's been through my work in film and television and theater that I started to notice a pattern. That feeling, that sense of being, that sense of collectiveness, it wasn't magic. It was constructed. It was designed. You see, every detail in film and television and theater design is intentional. Yes, what the actors, what they say, what they do, where they look, and what they feel, but also where you sit, and where you look, and ultimately what you feel. The lighting tells you where to look. The setting tells you what matters. And it's the silence between lines that tells you how to feel. It's not a series of disparate or disconnected disciplines. It's actually a system. It's a system designed to shape human behavior. As I continued my work in theme park design and production, in the UAE, in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, as well as my work in kinetic art, public art, installation art, in China, in Southeast Asia, I started to realize that system, it's not unique. It actually applies to everyone across the globe. This study that I have spent my entire life creating is called entertainment design. Whether it be in film, television, theater, live events, concert tours, theme park design and production, it's always the same. The system is always the same. And the system always tells the truth because it admits it's staged. It admits that it's transparent and it's trying to influence your thoughts, your emotions, and your behavior. But in life, now life's different, right? Life pretends. Life pretends it's not staged. But the truth is, when the show ends and the people walk out, the staging doesn't. We like to think that we're just living our lives. We're just making our own choices. We're just being. But walk into a classroom. You sit in rows, you face forward, you raise your hand to speak. No one necessarily enforces those roles onto you. Yet everybody knows the roles that they're playing. Walk into an office, you dress differently, you act differently, you're more professional, right? Same thing. There's no script, yet everybody knows the lines. There are social norms, and that's very important. But it's the space that you inhabit that drives and reinforces those roles. Because in entertainment design, small design choices drive very large emotional impacts. Where things are placed, how big things are. Is the space easy to navigate? Is it difficult? What shapes are used? What lines? What forms? What colors? What textures? These aren't neutral decisions. They're all behavioral cues disguised in design. This is the exact reason why entertainment design is so impactful. It's the reason why it can make you laugh, and it's the reason why it can make you cry. It's the reason why it can make you sit in complete silence with hundreds of strangers. It can even, dare I say, make you feel closer to your maker. Not by forcing you, but by guiding you to act. Which means that you're not only the audience, but you're also an actor. You're an actor traversing through stages versus a person traversing through spaces. We're constantly absorbing the world around us, watching, and being watched, which also means we're also both the actor and the audience. And since every environment shapes behavior, that shaped behavior in one person leads to the next. Lemming to lemming to lemming to lemming, right? It's in life that we find ourselves in those cycles. We blame ourselves for not focusing enough, for not being connected enough, for not being present enough. But what if the problem isn't specifically you? What if the problem is, at least partially, the environment that you're inhabiting? What if your environment, your classroom, your workspace, your life is quietly directing your behavior just as precisely as entertainment design does? Because if it's possible in entertainment design, imagine where else it's possible. So it bears to reason that if an audience, actors, knows the system, you could reverse engineer that system to fit the emotional aspects that you're wanting. You start with the emotional cue, and you build an environment around it to reinforce the narrative you're trying to pursue. Plainly, if everything is staged, who's designing the stage you're in? And then more importantly, are you happy with it? Using these levers and implementing the system, you can start to drive human behavior and shape your own identity. Behavior is not personal. It's contextual. Behavior is contextual. A system designed to make you feel. And knowing this is extremely powerful, right? Because it means you can change things. You can adapt your environment. It means you can restructure your environment. You can notice what physical trait makes you cause an emotional reaction, reverse engineer the system, and tell the narrative that you want to tell. By doing this, you make that system, you make your environment uniquely you. Uniquely the world that you want to build. Like my church. With this power, you can step into spaces differently. You can question the roles that you've been given. You can decide when to follow the script and when to rewrite it completely. You see, theater did not teach me to escape reality. It taught me to see it and how to be one with it all. In the back of that ambulance, that medic laughed me off. He said, "You've got a pretty shallow view of what religion and church is." I said I'd have to think on that. Thank you.